Hey everyone, we're back. Sorry about not getting on again yesterday. I said I was gonna probably get on within a couple hours, but when I was about to get on, I realized that it was server maintenance day, so the servers were going down like right then. So yeah, so we're doing it today instead. Sorry about that. I'll try to pay more attention in the future. I think from now on I'm gonna start streaming. I'm going to not stream on Tuesdays and Wednesdays because those are the days where server resets happens for the games I play. So I'm thinking about like like Tuesday and Wednesday is going to be my weekend. Uh-oh. Oh, for a second I thought my mic was off. Never mind. All right. Oh, I should turn up the sound. What was it? System. I'll stop moving. What the? There it goes. All right. Griffin on the wall, huh? I'm telling you, it's that one guy. Why can't I remember names though? Actually, let me go with Black Mage, because this one's actually a little further along. Get it up to level 17. Hey, what's up, Alfie? Ah, Zemroth, there you are. Come. A majestic death spire awaits. The Alliance officers on the platform should be able to apprise of us of any developments at the wall. Fancy meeting you two here. We were about to set forth. Indeed, I was about to say 12 watch over you, but I doubt you will have need of divine protection, even if you are venturing into enemy territory. Don't worry, Alphanod. We have Griffin by the scruff of the neck before you know it. Do make up your mind, Yada. Nearly a moment ago, you seemed ready to shake the Griffin by the hand rather than the neck. So which is it to be? Would be best to decide before we enter into negotiations. Trust me, Palimo, I'll shake whatever needs shaking. The talking part, I leave to you. I think I feel a headache coming on. Let us be on our way, shall we? Ah, some things never change. Well then, shall we make for the spire? Our Alliance friends will doubtless have news of them for us. What happened? What's going on with my avatar? I just spazzed out. Yeah, so I think I'm gonna have. Oh, is this like one of those ones that comes with like a boss thing? Hold on. There it is. Dang it! Got my buttons. Oh crud! I'm so low level that a lot of my abilities I don't have a lot of the abilities I did. I'm stuck to like pretty much just fireball now, and what happened to my attacks? That's one downside with the way the level system works in here, is that when you get dropped below a level, buttons that you have as part of your rotation are suddenly not available anymore. I guess there was no quests. I mean, not no quests, no pets or anything for that. Oh, what the heck is... I actually wanted to fight this one before, but I couldn't. Now press the wrong buttons. I thought he was attacking this guy. Yeah, this is a boss thing. And then I'm just gonna not do this. I need to focus on the main quest anyway. I'm so slow. Oh shoot, over here. So slow. I think you need a raid for that guy. Or at least a group more than just me and this other guy. Problem with my inventory, he just spazzes out every once in a while. Welcome, Warrior of the Light. I assume you are here to speak with our commanding officers. You will find them at the observation platform. Pray proceed. I was going to say, if they made me come down and talk to him down there just to go back up here next. Greetings, my friends. 'Tis good to see you both well. I knew she was going to show up. I was hoping you might turn up. I dragged half of the watch here. See, and the sight of you might help remind him of why we bothered. If memory serves, I have not seen many of you since the grand melee. Having borne the brunt of your blows, may I say it is an honor to stand at your side. 'Tis heartened indeed to see the realm's most stalwart defenders thus gathered for common cause. Speaking of which, what news from the wall? All has been quiet. Yeah, quiet. You know fires don't start in a single second, right? For it to get that big, Report, what? 7 heck, fighting have broke out on top of the wall, a full-scale assault. So, the Griffin has made his move. Someone has. And what's that supposed to be? The attackers, they were wearing Grand Company colors. Impossible, we gave no such order. Of course, the wall was never the Griffin's target. It was bait. We have been goaded into deploying our armies nearby, thus lending weight to its deception. Those uniforms were convincing enough to deceive my scouts. The Empire will think that we've launched an offensive. This could mean war. I get a feeling this is what's leading on to the next expansion. Even so, this may yet be more than a diversion. With the armies of the Alliance occupying the Empire's attention, it would be comparatively easy for all the Griffin supporters to slip into Alamingo. Who could then incite a rebellion amongst the populace, which the Imperial reserves would be hard-pressed to contain. Eorzea, meanwhile, would be plunged in chaos. Azeroth, we must make for the wall at once. Wait, just the two of you? Our companions embarked on a mission to sway the Griffin from his course, and they are likely halfway to his command post by now. They will emerge at the midst of the raging battle, and I do not mean to abandon them to their fate. It will be dangerous, aye, but confusion may work to our advantage. If we are careful and avoid skirmishing, it may yet be possible to reach the Griffin, and if we can do that... Ah! Lady Hilda, may I ask that you have an airship ready to bear the Scions to safety? Ha! I don't know who this Lady Hilda is, Marshal, but you can count on me. We must prepare for Imperial reprisals. May the Navigator guide us through the storm. Ugh. You're just nonchalantly walking. Forward, comrades! The time has come to drive the Empire from Alamingo and force action upon those who have turned their backs to our suffering for so long. Let this victory be the first step in the liberation of our homeland. Alamingo, you will be free, no matter the cost. Nine lives. What Papalimo told me, the trail ahead should lead us into the shadow of the wall. As we have two objectives, I suggest we divide our forces. I shall make the straightaways for the tunnels and attempt to intercept our comrades ere they stumble into a bloodbath. While I do so, I must ask you to scale the wall. Know that I would not propose such a course if there were any other way, but the time for subtlety is past. Take a band of your most trusted companions and cut a path through the Griffin. Make him see reason, by any means necessary. Once we are free of the tunnels, we will make for your position with all due haste. And if everything proceeds according to plan, Hilda will swoop in and spirit us all away to safety. I only pray that we have enough time. Balasar's walls. Okay. What's the queue time for this? 8 minutes. Level 60. I mean, I would go as heal as Sage, but I haven't really looked at their abilities much. I did a little bit, but not enough to like. I looked at their abilities a little bit, but I've never actually used them. I wanted to go healer. Probably don't want to go Sage. I mean, what do these things even mean? And how does diagnosis heal? Explain that to me. Diagnosis. I don't know, man. Let's, And I don't want to tank my first run through the dungeon. try Scholar, see how long the queue for Scholar is. Oh, well that works. Oh, I hate this alarm. Water's good. What the frig is that thing? What's that? I don't mind tanking, I don't like tanking the very first time I do any dungeon or raid, because I have no idea what the mechanics are. I prefer to do the first one as DPS, but I can also do it as healer, because I like to learn the mechanics before I start tanking, you know? Something here. Real identification key. That seems to be a running theme in games, things like that. Just getting the identification key off of someone's body that you just killed. And it seems like a major security problem. Also, it's the same thing with like armies wearing the same uniforms. Like, I mean, I kind of understand why they do it. Because I mean, in the heat of battle, you don't want to, hit your own people. But that can so easily be taken advantage of, though. Pretty sure I already had an identification key. Did not work for this one. Detect predator. Like alien is a predator. He's shooting a claw. Yikes, that looks like it hurt. seem to be anything real special about them. I don't know what these orbs do. It just seems to be a damaging orb. Doesn't seem anything more than that. Filibusters. I don't know what them activated. I don't know what's going on. Whoa! It's moving! Are we gonna fight on one of these things at some point? What the? Well, that's actually kind of clever. What the frig? It's a conveyor belt. And the enemies are just like being massive. Oh, see, we are fighting on it. Okay, I was right. Holy, that's a big hand. Oh, there's a pressure pump for Ah! It is sending a big budge. A very, very big budge. So far, I haven't really noticed anything special about this dungeon. Just kind of stereotypical dungeon. More conveyor belt stuff? Yep. Who could have seen that coming? Oh, there's even more. See here spamming one button. Like, they're not even doing enough damage to the tank to where I have to really focus on healing at all. My pet can pretty much keep them up. Oh, then again, I am in full, of the level 60 tome gear. Oh, okay. Interesting. I like how scholars put the bubbles on people. Like their heal also puts a bubble on. Like, it's not just flat healing, it absorbs the shield as well. Oh, this one, conveyor belt's going the other way, so that means we ride it! What the? It just makes it stand in place. You can't move while on the conveyor belt. Mechagon will be mine! Sorry. Oh, what? I clicked it, but it missed. What's that? What am I supposed to be doing? Ah! I can't move. I'm frozen. There we go. Whoa, what the? Okay, that's kind of cool. But this is very similar to the fight with the ultimate weapon, though. They have those laser thrown things, and the fires from above too. What am I supposed to do with that? Oh, I'm not supposed to move? Okay. I've like never run out of mana in this game. Oh, that's a lot of bugs. Okay. What we get for getting complacent. Filibuster's Hood of Healing. There's a lot of healing stuff here, but my gear's already above it. Another identification. Looking at the corp. They really, I think that the limit break should be divided between categories. Because there's never a time when a healer or a tank ever use the limit break. Because it's limited, like, to one use amongst the whole team and everyone saves it for the DPS. At least that's my experience so far. I haven't seen anyone ever use the healing or tanking one. I mean, they go through the work of, like, designing the animations and the effects. No one ever sees it. Why is it doing? Art of War! That guy. I knew it! I knew it! I knew it all along! Honestly though, is anyone surprised? It was pretty obviously that's who it was.
Yeah. Yeah. How'd you like these?
So where are the eyes of Indian
I'll tear you limb from limb. Yeah. Sloppy.
Sloppy.
For Alamigo!
What the frig is going on? Who's throwing those swords?
I have you now.
Lion's head? Oh, crud.
Yeah. How'd you like this? Yeah!
I was like, oh, this sword's supposed to explode or something?
Sloppy. Yeah.
What am I supposed to do? Restraint collar? Oh no! I'm CC'd.
Yeah.
I wonder how these dungeons are able to be done solo. Apparently you can come and do them solo, but a lot of the mechanics I've seen have been like you've been CC'd unless someone else breaks you out of it. Like a Titan and everything.
Yeah.
So it makes me wonder how exactly is it
I'll tear you limb from limb.
planned? Like how are you supposed to do this solo later?
Sloppy. For Alamigo!
Alright. Let's see the cutscene.
You've beaten me, aye. But you cannot stop what I've begun. Behold, a glimpse of things to come.
Nice.
We did it! We showed the bastards! Aye! Victory is ours!
And who knows, lads? Mayhap the Eorzeans will finally see sense when the enemy turns up on their bloody doorstep.
This is for Alamigo, for Eorzea.
Who dat?
They die that others may live.
Oh shoot. Oh shoot, I think I know what's happening here. Oh shoot, are they gonna nuke this place?
Vanguards! Attack!
Seven hells. Do you hear that?
War machines. How did they get here so quickly?
Stand your ground! For the resistance!
I'm sorry to tell you, but it's not a resistance anymore when you start the attack. You're not resisting anything. Ugh. They did.
There's nowhere to run. We're cut off.
Well, Brig.
Gods help us. What were we thinking? The Empire's too big. Too powerful.
The thing is, I don't think you were thinking.
Mighty Rolker. Grant us
Uh-oh.
the strength to crush.
An Aeon? Oh, not Aeon, are they summoning a primal?
There you are. As you can see, our infiltrators did not elude me for long. Lady Ugiri is sending for an airship even as we speak.
What do we do? This is a massacre.
No kidding! That's what happens in war.
How wonderful to see you, Commander.
Illbird. I should have known. This has to end. It has to end now! Do you not see your countrymen dying? Have your ideals rendered you blind even to that? Order the retreat, and we will help your soldiers to safety.
Retreat? With the moment of my triumph so close at hand? You truly are a sheltered child, Leveilleur.
Nidhogg's eyes? D!
Nidhogg's eyes. No abyss is too deep for you, I see. But trust me when I say that such power was not meant for mortal hands.
How long have I struggled to reach this point? My countrymen, so inured to the taste of defeat, they no longer balk at its bitterness, shouting my throat raw with rallying cries, only to be greeted with dull eyes and blank faces. My brothers and sisters in Ulda have surrendered to their apathy and their appetites. Were it not for the glint of Lodorito's coin, I doubt even those here now would have answered my call. Take back our homeland! Free Alamigo! Ha! They'll happily mouth the words, but they won't spill the blood. You say no mortal should wield these eyes? Then I shall gladly become a demon. I will suckle on the souls of the hopeless and liberate the homeland they no longer deserve.
Jeez, man.
What exactly do you mean to do?
Did you hear their cries as victory was snatched away from them? Even with their dying breaths, they cursed the Empire. Never has their desire for vengeance been so raw, so true. A god has no need of faith when summoned by so pure a purpose.
Uh-oh.
Summoned?
Yep.
You cannot mean to fight the Empire with a primal! You know full well the danger, the futility of relying on such power.
I think he's not planning to fight the Empire with a primal. I think he's planning to become a primal himself and then fight the Empire. like that archbishop did.
Oh yes, I know their limitations. Which is why I will call upon a deity more terrible than the very black worm of the calamity itself.
Vomit.
What? Here? Now?
Like hells you will!
Somebody shoot him!
An ending to mark a new beginning. My pain, my longing, you shall have it all!
I've seen this before. Jeez, man! Frig! He went psycho, what the heck? Oh, this ain't gonna be good. Lich King? That's not creepy at all. This should give people nightmares. And how is his hand still holding the eyes when he fell and, like, smashed himself against the ground? What is it? Giant jellyfish brain?
This light, is it...
His death completed the ritual. The primal is taking shape.
Well, can't we stop it? There must be something we can do!
There is one thing.
What? Hey! Where do you think you're going?
Master Louisoix briefly contained Bahamut by means of a potent spell of sealing. I will now attempt to do the same.
But that's impossible! We would need hours to collect the necessary ether, if not days!
No, you gave him the rock. The end of the staff thing.
Alphino, though I concede it may not always be apparent, I was ever your grandsire's finest pupil.
Tumtumati, of course! The staff still holds enormous power, broken or not.
Don't you dare, Papalimo! I know how that spell works. It is time to leave!
Quite right. Quickly now, off you go. The further away, the better.
No! If you're staying, then so am I!
No, Ida. There is a path only you can walk, and it must not end here. Not like this. Take her! Please, you have to take her!
Shit.
What? No! Damn it, Thancred! Put me down! Thancred!
This is one battle you cannot fight. Away with you! Go!
Don't tell me what I can and can't do. Wait, does my choice actually matter here? Yeah. Okay. Okay, so here I'm a little confused. On one part, trusting him and leave on the airship, that's fine. But I'm the Warrior of Light, so I have Heidel's protection, so maybe if I stay behind, it would save him? I mean, so far there hasn't been a point where your choices matter. So what should I... Come on, man! I'll try it. See what happens. They're just gonna make me go anyway, right? Yep, there it is.
Hilda! I think he means now!
I bid thee farewell again, my dear Ida. Now, let us see how good a student I truly was.
Jelly brain! I just gotta keep in mind that the choices don't make a difference, really. The only real difference is that I got pushed back. It's freaking like the beginning cutscene. What kind of primal is that going to be? I mean, it's not like it's Bahamut, because Bahamut already exists. Unless it is Bahamut. I don't know. I don't know, man. I don't get it. I'll just go check. Oh, that's Monk. Why? Oops. Why didn't they let me stay? Paulian was my friend. I should have been there with him. You could see it in his eyes. Yet he knew what he was doing, and it had to be done. Master Louis wore the same look right before the end. Do you think I don't know that? I know, all right. I know. There is nothing more we could have done. Ilbert caught us off guard. Even Zemroth was powerless to stop him. Only because I was stopped by the well-known idiot cutscene. You know, when your overpowered character suddenly forgets how to hero during a cutscene. You must blame someone, then blame me. Just promise that you will never forget what Paulian strove to protect, or the lessons he tried to teach you. Don't speak to me. Leave Yada with me. Go on. Go back to the Rising Stones. The others need to know what happened here. Oh! When did he make a card of himself? Once again, I find myself at a loss for words. But Thancred is right. We must return to the Rising Stones and appraise our companions of all this. Pray, make your way there at once. I will send word to Yasholta and the others of our instant return. It would seem you bring ill tidings, brother. Aye, behind the griffin's mask we found a grinning face of an old adversary, Ilberd. I know not how, but he had in his possession the eyes of Nidhogg, whose dread power he used to initiate a summoning ritual, even as we looked on. By the 12. I don't understand. To attempt such magic requires every ounce of one's aether. No one, not even grandfather, could cast it and hope to survive. Indeed, it was ever a last resort. I am certain that Palaemo was aware. Thus did the pupil follow in the footsteps of his master, even onto the grave. I have yet been unable to explain how Ilberd came to possess Nidhogg's eyes. Well, maybe if you didn't just throw it over the cliff. In the depths of the sea of clouds, a perpetual storm of water and wind, expected aether rages. No mortal could endure such conditions. Then mayhap it was the work of an Ascian. But now is not the time for idle speculation. Trial, I have need of your assistance. Yes, of course. We must inspect the cocoon of light and ascertain the state of the primal trapped within. Between our respective talents, I dare say we shall glean some measure of insight. Understood. I can't promise I'll be able to sense much through the barrier, but I shall certainly do my best. As shall I. Let us be about it then. Without so much as a by your leave? Pray forgive Archon Yasholta her brevity. She seeketh employment, lest her grief deprive her of her will to act. A desire to comfort Yada doubtless compoundeth her unseemly haste. I hate how he talks. I too must contend with this grievous loss in my own way. By thy leave, Lady Essa, I shall honor our fallen comrades through gainful study. There exist writings which may yet further our understandings of this cocoon of light. Mayhap I was too quick to judge. Surrendering to sadness and regret would be poor tribute to Palalimos' sacrifice. Quite. We must begin preparations of Ilberd's accursed creation without delay. What time we have was purchased at too dear a price for us to squander. School's out forever. School's out for summer. School's out forever. Samra, I wish I had more to tell you, but the situation in East Shroud remains largely unchanged, meaning we still have no idea how long it will take before. Communication from the Alliance, one moment. Yes, of course. Our representatives will be present. My thanks. Word from Gridania, the council will shortly be reconvened. The alliance leaders have already begun to assemble. They wish to discuss the primal, of course. As to Schulte's last report, the cocoon yet hung above the wall unchanged. Yes, but as the elder seats here doubtless shares our concerns about how long it remained so, I am told that Sid Garland has been called in to add his expertise to the proceedings. A wise decision. The more minds we have working on this, the better. Then I suggest we leave the rising stones in Touchwood's capable hands, and make haste for the Lotus Stand. Ah. It's a boat. Is it a monk? Oh no, it's a samurai.
A word, if you would, good sir. This place. It is within the realm of Eorzea.
You're an odd-looking fellow, aren't you? Still, takes all sorts, I suppose. This here's Vesper Bay. Thanalan's door to the ocean, as some folk like to call it.
Am I to understand from your answer that I have indeed arrived in Eorzea?
Eh? Yes, you're in Eorzea.
Ah! A plain response at last, and the one I wanted at that. My journey was not without its hardships, and I would sooner travel by land than put to sea again. You do not believe that so small a bark could bear me across the ocean? Such timid little sailors. I had but to set my course, and set my jaw till I made port.
What the frick is wrong with oh! Yeah, what did you do about food?
It would perhaps have been wise to lay down my oars a moment to sup on more than the spray of brine water. By the trembling of my limbs, I sense a brief repast may be in order.
Word of advice? Don't try to cross the ocean in a rowboat.
Nay, I will not hearken to the feeble grumblings of an empty belly. Duty comes before all.
He's a little... not all there. Everyone's just like...
God, man, are you alright?
Yeah, that's no big surprise.
Thou art far indeed from home, friend.
Teleportation. Welcome, warrior of light. This way, please.
Dear friends, pray accept my heartfelt thanks for your efforts in defense of Gridania's borders. I would fain dwell longer on my gratitude for the support of the Alliance, but the situation at Belsar's Wall demands that we forego such pleasantries.
According to our most recent intelligence, the cocoon of light that formed in the air above the wall remains undimmed and unbroken. After measuring the cocoon's etheric concentrations, Archon Y'shtola has confirmed the presence of a primal entity.
So we must assume that Ilbert's thrice damned god is indeed trapped within. And what news of the Imperials? They're not like to ignore such a spectacle.
Sir, a Garlean airship was observed making an approach, but the vessel was destroyed when it drew near. The Empire appears to have made no subsequent attempts to reach the object.
The soldiers who witnessed the incident spoke of a lance of light issuing from within the cocoon. Of an entire warship being reduced to smoking ruin in the space of a moment.
I mean, it makes sense. The Primal was made with their hatred for the Empire, and when the Primals are made, they're made based on the wishes of those who summoned them.
Veterans of Cartano, meanwhile, likened the destruction to that wrought by the fiery wrath of Bahamut.
We could face another calamity.
So the Primal is awake then? Contained, yes, but for how long? We must destroy it now, lest it break free.
Yeah, good luck with that.
Agreed. There is, however, the small matter of how to get close enough to a being that swats warships from the sky as you would a bothersome gnat.
They changed his voice actor.
Is this truly so complex a puzzle?
Oh gosh.
Or have you no stomach for the obvious solution?
Talking about the weapon.
What in the hells are you doing here?
That's similar to the weapon.
A pleasure to see you too, Garland. Now, if you'd be so kind as to explain to these good people why you should be begging me for my assistance, that would be most appreciated.
Who is this man?
Oh, how terrifically rude of me. Nero Tolskeva, former tribunus of the 14th Legion of the Garlean Empire. These days, however, one might say that I'm something of a free agent.
What do you want, Nero?
I was getting to that. Although you already know what I'm about to propose, old friend. As you have rather belatedly realized, within that frail binding lurks an entity alike in strength to the great Bahamut, and the only force in existence which might conceivably contend with such a foe is the very creation which captured the Elder Primal in the first place. I speak, of course, of Omega.
Omega? That hulk has been gathering dust beneath the plains of Cartanal since the Allagans breathed their last. And none alive knows how to wake it.
I'm sorry? Do you understand who it is with whom you have the privilege of speaking? I'm Nero Tolskeva, Master Engineer, the mechanical genius who restored the Ultima weapon to full operational capacity. And as luck would have it, I am graciously offering you the use of my considerable expertise.
Yep, trust him.
And what, you just expect us to accept? You're a fool if you think your deeds at the Crystal Tower are enough to win my trust, Nero.
Trust? You wound me, Garland. All those years studying side by side at the Academy, sharing both trial and triumph, we were countrymen once, you and I. But sentiment aside, have you a better solution? Or do you mean to send in your vaunted hero there, as you always do, and pray the world is not engulfed in flame? Let us approach the problem in a rational manner. Does not the fact that Omega slumbers in stasis point to the existence of some overriding technology? A means of control?
I would ask a question, if I may. Nero, was it not? In the event that we succeeded in using Omega to shackle the Primal in the manner you propose, what then would become of it? Do we not risk repeating the mistakes of the Allagans?
Omega is but a tool. How we choose to employ that tool is entirely up to us. Of course, if you would rather leave it buried beneath Cartano while you continue your petty squabbles above, then I suppose that is also your choice.
Spare us, Nero. The Seedseer's concern is a valid one. He who controls Omega wields the power of the gods, the very power which led the Allagans to destroy themselves.
And does it not fall to we engineers to prevent such misuse? What was your company's proud slogan? Freedom through technology?
A creed you follow, is it? What say you? Do we take this villain at his word?
My choice doesn't matter, though. That makes sense.
As will I. I don't like it, but then it doesn't look like we have much choice. Would the Council be willing to entrust this matter to a pair of former Imperials?
Yes. The task of restoring the Allagan relic will be yours. But the responsibility for its reawakening must remain with the Council. Do we condone this course of action?
Aye. 'Twould seem we do. Let the record show that we invest this contingent with the authority to enter Cartano and take command of Omega. Cid, I appoint you leader of the expedition. Scions, I would ask that you assign some few of your number to escort Master Garland and supervise the other one.
So, me.
We should be happy to oblige. The politics of Cartano being what they are, I dare say our neutrality will prove useful in avoiding any unnecessary entanglements.
If I am not mistaken, Doma occupies a similarly neutral position. Might we not persuade you to join the expedition, Lady Yugiri? If you suspected any foul play from Nero, you would be welcome to kill him.
My blade is yours.
Not a moment's hesitation, eh? You'll forgive me if I do not shake your hand.
Well, that was rather unexpected development, and one which raises a number of questions. Let's not least among them how Nero chanced to learn of the council's meeting in the first place. What the? Question. What does that mean? What's the point of showing? Like, what does it mean? Sid and the others are assembling at the airship landing. Alicey is already on her way, and it would not do to lag too far behind. Let's be off. Azeroth, Alphinaud, ready to go. The others have slipped out and onto the landing for a moment. Lest you wonder, Nero insisted that he be allowed to inspect the Excelsior before boarding. Uh-oh. And you let him? Despite his very timely offer of assistance, the thought of that man poking around in the workings of the ship without proper supervision does not fill me with confidence. Calm yourself, Alphinaud. Your sister was adamant that he would never leave her sight. She and Nagiri are, well, here they are now. Right, I think that's everyone. Shall I set course for Katanu? Oh, crud. I accidentally skipped it. It would seem wise to gain a clear understanding of the situation if possible before formulating our plan. Oh, I thought time was against us. How foolish of me. Hold your tongue. When we want your opinion, we'll ask for it. Forgive me, my lady. I shall keep my counsel until such a time as you have finished procrastinating. Alright, while Alphinaud speaks with his colleagues, I shall fly the Excelsior over to Mordana. We can then reconvene at the Rising Stones. Mine apologies for the trouble. I shall visit Yashulta and the others forthwith, and join you as soon as I am able. Someone pray accompany Alicey back to the Rising Stones. I would feel safer knowing you are present to entertain our guest. Right, everyone heading to Mordana is welcome to travel abroad. The Excelsior, all clear things with the girl at the counter here. Let me know when you're ready. Let's see. The Ishgardian gear doesn't look as good as the Ironworks gear, honestly. You're traveling with Master Garland, sir. The Enterprise Excelsior is right this way. Travel to Mordana. Okay. Not quite door-to-door service, but I couldn't exactly land her in the Toll's main square. One second. Alright, I'm back. Shall we adjourn to the Rising Stones then? Sorry about that.
So these are the fabled headquarters of the Scions. I confess I would have expected an order of self-proclaimed warrior scholars to surround themselves with the fruits of man's enlightenment. And yet there's not so much as a single piece of magitech in sight. It never ceases to amaze me how primitive you Eorzeans truly are.
Oh, I'll have you know that the Rising Stones is home to the very latest in magitech innovation.
This?
Wedge calls it the Mark 14 Thermocoil Boil Master, and it's the finest kettle I've ever had the pleasure to own.
A kettle.
We are returned. Well, Ida and I, at least. Ishtola and the others remain behind to continue their assessment of the binding magic.
There didn't seem much point staying just for that, so I decided to come back with Alphino. Papalimo bought us this time. We shouldn't waste it.
By your leave!
Oh gosh. Is it the samurai guy? Yep, there he is.
Good God, that voice could fell a gigas.
This is the Rising Stones, domicile of the Scions of the Seventh Dawn. I enter at the invitation of one Lord Eorzea.
Eorzea.
I spy you there, Shadow Walker. You always were a hard one to find.
Yugiri, do you know this man?
Gosetsu, why are you come to Eorzea?
In search of you, Yugiri. For days and nights did I row across the angry sea.
Yeah, that's not the
I
smartest
made port
thing
in
to do.
good spirits, only for my own flesh to betray me over the trifling matter of an empty belly. Collapsed in the street like an unfed stray I was, until Lord Eorzea came to my aid.
Eorzea.
Over a most welcome meal, we spoke of the plight of Doma, and I learned of our displaced countrymen's work to resettle this blighted land. 'Twas blind fortune that I was able to locate you so swiftly. But now we must make ready to depart. Our master languishes in dire peril, and Doma calls her daughter home.
It is not so simple, Gosetsu. There are obligations which bind me here.
You refuse? Did you mislay your oath during your flight from our homeland? The laws of hospitality must be honored, but surely the vow to defend your master demands the greater obeisance.
It was our master who bid me guide our people to safe haven by any means necessary. And it was the Scions you see before you who provided us succor and sanctuary when all others refused. Dire peril or no, Were I to return without first repaying such hospitality, our master would cut me down at the threshold.
Eek.
Mayhap that is so.
There is more. A crisis threatens all within this realm, Eorzean and Doman alike, and I go to play my part in its resolution. I will not bring shame upon our liege by abandoning my people or my duty.
How very noble of you. Now, in the name of honor, kinship, and, yes, practicality, might I suggest we get this expedition underway? Or would you rather debate the finer points of duty and leave Omega to the Empire?
The Empire? You, Giddy? You draw steel against the curse of Garlemald? Then why did you not say so? My blade is oath-bound to fall upon the ranks of the Imperials wheresoever they march. Lead on, Shadow Walker, and may the enemy tremble at our coming.
Don't take him in on any covert missions. He's gonna freaking... No one's gonna be able to sneak up with him yelling. Nimrod, could I speak with you for a moment? You remember when I had you meet the Diamond Forge and we ambushed you? Yeah, that was kind of creepy. Well, once we had your measurements, I set to work making you a traveling outfit in my spare time. I only just this moment finished the stitching, but I wanted you to have it before you left. Here. You can try it on now if you like. Assuming we measure correctly, the fit should be just right. Snug, but not too snug, if you know what I mean. So, how does it feel? You're not just saying that, are you? Oh, I can tell. I can't tell you how much this means to me. To have crafted something worthy of the warrior light, well, let's just say it makes all the practice worthwhile. I also sewed in a blood pearl charm to, bring you home. May it always protect you. Monocle? Okay. Wonder if there's a way to buy that if you didn't if you accidentally sold it or something. Big man. So we have to wake Omega up, right? Where do we start? Yada, are you sure that's... I'm sure, yes. I won't lie and say I'm completely fine, but I feel a lot better if I'm doing something useful. Very well. I will remain here and continue coordinating our efforts with the Alliance. Alphanon, mayhap you can return to Gridania and assist with Sholta and Cryo. A fine suggestion. The rest of us will form the Cartano Expedition Party. Nero and I will focus on rousing Omega, while Zamrath, Yada, and Roman friends take care of security. The Excelsior is by the lake just outside town. We'll leave as soon as everyone's ready. We haven't far to go. With any luck, we continue before Kosetsu graces the deck with his dinner. Once there, however, we must be on our guard. Given the Eline Royal was still active when Omega was discovered, we can be sure that the Empire has long been aware of its existence. And if Nero deemed it the obvious solution to treat posed by this new primal, the threat posed by this new primal, it's not impossible that Gargano might do the same. Have your weapons ready or what's about you? Something tells me we're flying into the fight. I'll go as Red Beach. I don't know why, but I kind of want to. This feels like it's the end thing, and I kind of want to do it with like one of the specs I like the best. I was thinking about doing Summoner, but I didn't really care for the outfit look. I want to look cool in cutscenes, you know?
Now, where was that? Ah! I've enabled the teleporter. One brief jump and we shall arrive in Omega's control room.
How convenient. You've been here before.
Of course. It was no easy task threading a path through all the skirmishes. But how could I ignore the existence of such a fascinating toy? You may trust that my preliminary examination was suitably thorough.
Trust? Aye. I trust your appetite for technology.
Uh-oh.
I chased down a suspect airship, and who should I find but the traitor, Sid Garland.
Ray Hawalt.
Searching for something, engineer? Something big? It's close, isn't it? It's like all my name days have come at once.
What's wrong with his nose?
Of all the scouts the Empire could have sent. Take care of that brute, will you?
God damn it. Can't let Nero tinker around in there by himself. I'm sorry to leave you to it, but I dare say you'll manage without me. This clod has no idea who he's dealing with.
I am Gosetsu, Samurai of Doma. You will rue your choice of opponent this day.
Those hammers seem a little excessive.
It's all over now.
What the?
Your defense is lacking.
Who's talking?
With soul and steel!
You watching, Papalymo? An opening.
Look Look upon a samurai of Doma!
This one'll sting.
Leave this to me.
Tis my right to strike!
No holding back!
Dang!
No retreat. No surrender.
I have you!
It's all over now.
Wait, what happened? I was worried I had died or something. Did I get hit by something? Surrender, we have you outnumbered. We have you outclassed. Wouldn't be the first time. Are you still playing with those soldiers? I suppose I can lend you one of my toys, but only if you promise to give it back. Toys? Oh, what? Behold, the Red Baron. Now end this nonsense. What the? No one told me they have Magitech armor. Forward! For the Empire! Well, you run away. The honorless Kerr thinks to abandon his men. I shall see that he shares their fate. Pray attend to the rest of his minions. Oh, what? This one has different buttons compared to the last one. That's the same. What are these ones?
No retreat.
Holy
no
cow.
Look upon a samurai of Doma!
This one'll sting.
Your defense is lacking.
With soul and steel!
It's all over now.
Oh, crud!
Leave this to me.
I have you!
Why isn't it clicking? There it goes.
You watching, Pavelimo?
Why are there so many?
Tis my right to strike!
No holding back!
Oh, what happened? Oh. Hey, you can't just run off. Stand your ground. Come back down here now, please. Now that's just embarrassing. Bitful. You bring this fate upon yourself. Good. Dang it all. I'll kill
No
you.
retreat. No surrender.
Look upon a samurai of Doma!
This one'll sting.
Oh shoot, what?
Your defense is lacking.
Oh, I wasn't expecting that to one-shot me. Oh, crud. Okay. Do I have to do that whole thing over again? That's annoying. What? They have a difficulty? Whatever. I ain't no chump. I don't do no easy. But I am gonna skip the cutscenes because we already saw them.
This one'll sting.
An opening.
I have you!
It's all over now.
Oh, I can use ley lines now. Lately, I've been using this character in like raids and stuff, like when I was doing my duty finder stuff. Problem being is that the duty finder put me at 50, so
right to strike.
I couldn't use my ley lines.
No holding back.
No retreat. No surrender.
Look upon a samurai of Doma.
You watching, Papanimo?
Hello. Leave me alone.
Leave this to me.
With soul and steel.
Like this.
This will sting.
Saw this cutscene.
This one'll sting.
An opening.
Sorry about that last fight. I thought that attack was just going to do a lot of damage. I didn't realize it was one shot. Start all over.
No holding back.
Leave this to me.
Look upon a samurai of Doma.
It's all over now.
Your defense is lacking.
I have you!
You watching, Papanimo?
No retreat. No surrender.
With soul and steel.
This one'll sting.
An opening.
What the?
Is my right to strike?
Sometimes it's not recognizing the hits. I don't know why.
No holding back.
Back to this point. This time I know better.
Leave this to me.
Not a tank. Why you after me?
Look upon a samurai of Doma!
It's all over now.
Your defense is lacking.
I have you!
You watching, Pabalimo?
Take this. I can press buttons. You haven't seen the last one of me, mark my words. It'll be you who is this day, says the guy who runs away.
Temporal stasis disengaged. All systems operational. Garland?
All clear on this side. It's waking up.
What happened here?
Remarkable. Omega sensors immediately detected the presence of the cocoon, even at this distance. They must have been set to scan for sources of energy exceeding certain magnitudes.
I still don't see any means to control the machine directly. It seems to have been designed to act wholly autonomously. Once we release Omega, we can be fairly certain it will attempt to capture the Primal at Belsar's Wall. Assuming its mission is successful, our only option at that point will be to re-engage its stasis system and put it back to sleep.
And should the machine happen to misbehave, we'll simply initiate an emergency shutdown. I confess we don't yet have a complete grasp of its capabilities, but I'm certain the details will not elude us for long.
Yeah, that sounds like a good idea.
Well, I understood less than half of that. So, my question to you is, are we doing the right thing?
It sounds like they don't really have a solid contingency plan.
What do I think? All right. Step aside, Sid. Is this the thing I need to press?
Yes, that's the one.
You gave too much for us to waste this chance, Pabalimo. So this is for you. And me.
You pushed the wrong button! I see no possible way how this won't come. I see no possible way how this could come to bite us in the butt.
Yes! Fly free, my pretty! Show us what you can do.
It's a little psycho.
The launch sequence has begun. Omega is loose.
Find what that look like. The frig, is it a giant frog? Dang, think that thing's got enough spikes? Got a lot of spikes. That thing can fly. What the frick? I think it's decided that it didn't have enough spikes, so it's adding more. Right beam! Eco! Oh! So is everyone dead now? That's it? Game over? Okay, we finished. Okay, that's the end of Final Fantasy XIV, everyone. Or maybe not. Dang, son. What's that? Looks like it ended in a draw, I'm assuming.
Huh? Omega has stopped transmitting. But that shouldn't be. I didn't engage the stasis system.
And what does this signify? I have little understanding of these contrivances.
The launch went exactly to plan, but all signals emanating from Omega have ceased. This may indicate any number of things, but we will need to join the Scions out in the field if we are to ascertain which one.
Right. I've ordered the malfunctioning beast to go to sleep. That should prevent any unfortunate mishaps. I suggest we make our way back to Gridania.
What is that?
Omega destroyed the cocoon. Papalimo's spell is fading. It was bound to his ether, you see. And if the connection is broken...
So all those tattoos that all the Scions have are put on by Papalimo? I'm not sure why we lost contact with Omega, but I need to find out. Let's be on our way. One moment, everything was functioning perfectly, and the next it wasn't. It makes no sense. We need to see what happened ourselves. Let's see. Yawning. Words can ill express how glad I am to see you all unharmed. When Omega came hurtling towards the cocoon, everything dissolved into chaos. I have seen it. I have to see it. I have to see it with my own eyes. Wait! Yada, wait! We must first... The LSC is expecting us. Worry not, Alphanod. Gosetsu and I will watch over her. You may safely attend to your meeting. My thanks, Yugiri. The council reconvened a short while ago. Let us make haste for the Lotus Stand. All there are eager to hear your testimony. Ah! Dragoon gear actually looks kind of cool. My friends, full eagerly have we awaited your return. Few indeed could have discharged the duty entrusted to you, and most humbly do we thank you for seeing it done. You were too kind, Elder Caesar. As I recall, we as good as demanded the right to try. But tell me, how did the battle unfold? We succeeded in waking Omega Eye, but we lost contact with the weapon shortly after it launched. From our position in the control room, we were blind to all that followed. What words could do justice such a scene? None of my choosing, that much is certain. But I give you the facts. Cocoon, Hash, and Omega arrived, and from the midst rose a great dragon. The pair duly set about each other in the skies over Eorzea. The primals might defied belief. It seemed the very heavens would be rent asunder by the force of its blows, as it wielded such magics as I had never seen, and hoped never to see again. The battle raged on with no end in sight until both combatants engulfed in a blinding flash of light. Then the radiance faded. I saw the pair fall motionless from the sky, coming to rest somewhere on Alamagean soil. I will not speak of the rest, but to my eye it seemed that each had landed a fatal blow upon the other. While most among us could think only of Bahamut when looking upon the primal's form, the Domans were heard to whisper the name Shinryu. It would appear that the being resembles a creature of the far eastern legend. We have found it convenient to refer to it as such. This Shinryu's fate, and indeed that of Omega, is yet unknown. We have, alas, no eyes on the Eorzea side of the border. Aye, which is why we sent our main force under the command of Marshal Tarupin to capture the wall. With the Imperials in disarray, we have a perfect opportunity to secure Gridanya's borders and assist the aftermath of the impact. I myself will join the Marshal and his men when the council is adjourned. Well, that explains a few things. I'll wait for that flash of light coincided with our loss of contact. Lest you wonder, we quickly re-engage Omega's stasis systems, so even if it has fallen into Empire's lap, it will be of no use to them, save perhaps the statue. Correct. Without me to guide the efforts, it would take them decades to decipher Omega's core functions, if they manage it at all. Such reassurance do much to calm our fears, yet the relic's fate is but one of several concerns. So what's the lore reason behind PvP in Carchanoon? Like before, it was because they were fighting over the Omega weapon, but now the weapon's not there, so... Well, I guess the control panel for the Omega weapon's there, so I guess there's that. I humbly submit that the time has come for us to make contact with the Resistance representative in Eorzea. Though Ilbert has forced our hand, it would seem only logical to seek an alliance given the inevitability of the Imperial retaliation. And by working in concert, it is not impossible that Ala Migo might finally be wrestled from Garlemald's grasp. You must be exhausted. I would ordinarily suggest that we retire directly to the riding zones, but I wonder if we might first make a small detour. The Shulta and the others gathered at Aspenmorek's spire, and I imagine that you too would be interested to see what has become of the wall now that the cocoon is gone. It is decided, then. Lead on.
My friends, I cannot well express how glad I am to see you both unharmed. They say that Omega's clash with the Primal shook the very firmament.
You need not have worried. The battle took place far above the ground. We were able to observe in relative safety, though I'm given to understand that there were casualties on the far side of the wall.
It was like watching a nightmare unfold before our very eyes. Ilberd's primal manifested in the form of a colossal dragon, a being of pure violence. It burst forth from the cocoon with such terrible force.
That such a horror should spring from the eyes of Nidhogg comes as no surprise. Nor do I wonder at its form. Ilberd all but announced it in the moments prior to his death. Plainly, it was his dying wish to visit a second calamity upon the Empire.
And I am quite certain the abomination would have obliged had it not found itself outmatched by Omega. Gods! I am no stranger to the works of Alag, but even I was unprepared for the machine's furiosity. It beggared belief.
And how fares poor Ida in the midst of all this? Have you spoken with her?
She is up on the platform, lost in thought. We deemed it best not to disturb her, but mayhap she would welcome some company after all. Shall we?
The light's gone. It was all we had left of him.
Ida.
I don't blame anyone. I knew what was going to happen. I knew the spell Papalimo meant to cast would drain away his life force. I knew that it would only buy us a little time.
You're finally gonna see her face?
Ida, there is no need to explain.
But there is. I can't hide in Papalimo's little shadow anymore, and I shouldn't hide behind my sister's mask. 20 years ago, on the day the Empire marched into Alamigo, I was still just a child, not even 5 summers old. My father had been one of the leaders of the revolution. He had fought to overthrow the Mad King, Theodoric. And my sister had fought alongside him. But she was strong and kind, and always knew what to do. But when the Garleans came, everything changed. My father went to war against them too, and I never saw him again. After that, I remember a lot of running. My sister dragged me for malms and malms until we came to the city of Sharlayan. That was where she met Master Louis Soir. He introduced her to the Circle of Knowing, and she eventually became an Archon.
She was your inspiration. Is that not why you took up her mask and her name? Or did you simply mean to continue what she had started?
Wait, so Ida, not her
You've
real
known
name?
all along, haven't you? That I wasn't Ida.
Of course. We all recognized you at once. 'Twas Papalimo who persuaded us to maintain the charade.
It was silly to think I could fool you. I knew that even then, but I sort of decided not to know. Ida died 6 years ago, on a mission to smuggle refugees out of Alamigo. They say she was overwhelmed by Imperial soldiers when she stayed behind to save a little girl. She was so strong. There must have been a lot of them.
I feel like I wouldn't see either of these things.
I'm sorry for lying to you. My real name is Lise. When Papalimo brought me Ida's mask, it was meant as a keepsake, but I decided I wanted to be his new partner, to keep alive all the good that she had done. I didn't want to become Ida, exactly. At the time, though, I still didn't know who I was myself, and it almost seemed easier to play the role. Papalimo agreed to help, of course, but it was never what he wanted for me. He wanted me to walk my own path, and those were his final words to me. The Archon's mark he gave me is faded, and my last excuse along with it.
Oh, okay.
So this is it. Whatever I choose to do from now on, I do as Lise. And I choose to continue my family's fight. I want Alamigo to be the country that Ida and my father always wanted it to be.
War is upon us once more.
Do you regret standing against the Empire? Would you have chosen a different road, knowing what you know now?
To claim that I never doubted the decision would be a lie. But I made my choice, and I have defended it with blade in hand ever since.
The battle continues, and our steel is needed. Come, Shadow Walker, we leave for the east, for Doma.
It was brave of Lise to remove her mask after so long. Though she has scarce begun to come to terms with Papalimo's loss, that one act made plain her determination to move forward. And should she ever falter, we shall be there to support her on the road she has resolved to walk. Let's return to the Rising Stones. We have quite the story to tell Tataru and my sister. Oh, what? Oh, so Heaven's Ward's ended. So that was the end of Heaven's Ward. Okay. Wasn't sure if they were going to do end credits at the end of it, but it looks like they did.
Children of the land, do you hear echoes of truths that once rang clear? Two souls intertwined, one true love they did find, bringing
pretty music.
and heaven's need.
Freaking a lot freaking happened in this expansion. Like seriously, it's like each part of the story is like so long. It's its own story. Let's see what happened. It happens where we had to deal with like getting into Ishgard. Then we had to deal with the whole thing with Nidhogg, and that took a minute. Then we had to deal with the Warriors of Darkness, and then we have to deal with the Almigo Rebellion. And those were, and other than the Ishgard one, all those were freaking like just the extra things that were added later on, not what was released initially. A lot of stuff. Oh wait, Hospital E. It's good. That's good. Change skull speed. I'm gonna have to change the skull speed thing. He may have mentioned, but Alphanaud has appraised me of all that has came to pass in Gridania. Your only task now is to rest. This is the calm before the storm. Lace has chosen her path, and as her friends, we must do what we can to support that choice. We are fated. We are fated to join the conflict in any case. Once the Alliance has taken the wall, and opened the way to Gur Abanya, we will have little choice but to fight. Which is not to say the cause is unworthy. After all, ignoring the plight of those whom one might conceivably say is not wisdom, but indolence. Correct? I, for one, look forward to joining hands with the Alamegans and striking a blow against the tyranny of the Empire, as I rather suspect do you. Can I get a question chest thing? Whoa. Quick, march. The Imperials will soon come to their senses, and we must be ready to face their retribution. Who dat? Oh. It's almost time, Father. I almost stand firm, Infant. I learned to brace myself against the charge of the bull of Alamigo. No foe will dislodge me. That's where Ilbert jumped off. Well, Uber, I will take our homeland back. Both of us. Dude, cut off your arm. And summoned a giant dragon bent on killing everyone. Seems a bit excessive. excessive. The throne room is like, it's like huge. It's like no room for anything. My Lord Viceroy, our scouts have confirmed the preliminary reports. Bazaar's wall has fallen to the Eorzea Alliance. The hunt for Omega and the unknown icon continues, though both yet elude us. My lord, their battle causes considerable damage across the region. Should we perchance divert some of our forces from the search to undertake necessary reconstruction work? Forgive me, my lord. I did not intend. Your will be done. He didn't even say anything. He might just be asleep there for all we know. Unknown. My spies tell me the domans call it Shinryu, and that it provided a match for Omega. Yes, in the coming days promise to be more interesting. Oh, most interesting. Most interesting. Far edge of fate, the road begins anew. The heroes look to the eastern skies and behold their crimson hue. Dawn of liberation, a gathering storm of blood. "5 minutes of fate." So are we officially in Stormblood now? Alright. So seems like a good stopping point. Yeah. We finished Heaven's Ward. And so next time we do this we'll be starting Stormblood, I guess. Thanks for tuning in. Hope to see you guys next time.